Hello guys, welcome back. So today we are going to understand about the divide and conquer programming pattern. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different than the past few videos on the problem solving patterns, because this is one of the broad topics and it is used a lot in the data structures and algorithms. Okay, so that is why I will not give you any question in this video, but we will try to understand the concept first. Okay, because the same concept we are going to apply in the future videos in the binary search and like all those crazy algorithms, right? So quick sort, merge sort, in all those things we are going to apply the divide and conquer. Okay, so it is not something like which I can show you with a simple example, so you will struggle implementing it in the complex examples, right? So in this video we are only going to focus on the concept, like how it works, why it was introduced. Okay, so divide and conquer, by the name you will get an idea, like it is something like where we are dividing and conquering, right? So how it works in the in our programming world. So let me quickly zoom. I think this much zoom is fine, right? So it is a recursive problem solving approach that divides a problem into smaller subproblems. Okay, recursively solves each subproblem and combines the subproblem solutions to get the solution of the original problem. Okay, so what does this mean? Like, we got a bigger problem, we got a bigger array. Let's understand in this way. We got a bigger array, we want to find a number in it. Okay, so what we will do, we will break down that bigger array into smaller sub arrays. Okay, so if you break down a big array into smaller sub arrays, then it will be easy for you to find the number. Okay, or it will be easy for you to solve that smaller array. Okay, and then once we solve those smaller sub arrays, we join them back one after another. Okay, so this is how it works. So it contains 4 steps, like I have framed it in the 4 steps. It is not something like which anyone can make. So it is something which is available everywhere. If you want to dive up way too much deeper, then you can simply read about the divide and conquer pattern in any of the most popular articles, right? So in case if you want to learn a little bit more about it, but I'll try to cover as much as I can. Okay, so first step is to divide. Okay, so we divide a problem into one or more than one smaller subproblems. Okay, so consider we have an array, a huge array. Okay, so we divide it into small sub arrays. Okay, and then let's say you got a problem statement where you want to sort the array. Okay, you have to sort, you got a bigger array which had thousands elements. Okay, or let's consider like 100 elements. Okay, so you want to sort this array. So what you will do, instead of sorting the whole big array, that giant array, you will break it down to smaller sub arrays and then you sort those sub arrays. Okay, and after solving those smaller sub arrays, we merge them back one after another. Okay, that is what the second step contains. So in the first step, we break down a big array into smaller sub array. Okay, and then we solve each sub problem. So we have broken down a bigger array into small sub array. Now we are going to sort the smaller sub arrays. Okay, so let's say you have a big array, you have divided it only into 2 parts. Okay, so we have 2 smaller sub arrays. Now you solve the first smaller sub array, second smaller sub array, you merge them back. Okay, so that is the third step. Combine the steps. So we combine the solutions of the subproblems to build the solution of the original problem. Okay, so we have solved the smaller subarrays, we have sorted the smaller subarrays. Now we merge them back. Okay, and at the end we return the solution. Okay, so this is how the divide and conquer works. Okay, so I actually have found out an article on Wikipedia, basically a diagram on Wikipedia. Okay, so to make you understand it better. Okay, so let me quickly stretch it a little bit. So here you guys can see, right? So it's basically a diagram of I forgot the name accidentally. Divide and conquer. Okay, so what happens here? Let's say you got an array. If you want to sort it, if you simply use the sort function, it will be quite expensive, right? So what we basically use like binary search or for sorting algorithms like merge sort, quick sort. Those sort of algorithms we use to sort the arrays in a more efficient way. Okay, there we used to apply the divide and conquer pattern. Okay, so now let's understand this diagram. What is this diagram? Okay, so we have an array, you have to sort this array with the help of divide and conquer. How you will solve it? you will break it down, you will pick a middle point. Okay, so let's say we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, we have 7 elements, it's an odd array. Okay, the length of the array is odd. Okay, so we will pick a middle point. So let's say 1 2 3 4, we'll pick a middle point as 4. Okay, so we break these elements into one array and then these elements into one array. Okay, now we have again two subarrays. Okay, so we are again going to break them down into smaller subarrays. Now this one we have to pick a middle point. Since we have 4 elements, we can divide it into 2 elements. This have 3 elements, so we can divide in 2 and 1 element. Okay, and then we have again 4 sub arrays right now. Okay, so now we are still going to divide them, okay, until we get the individual elements, right? So now if we divide them like 3 27 38 27, we will get 38 in as a separate element, 27 as a separate element. Okay, and then 43 will get as a separate element and 3 will get as a separate element. Okay, and then 9 8, so these two as a separate element and 10 as a separate element. Now what we will do, we are going to conquer it. Okay, so this is what we call dividing. Okay, we have divided them into individual elements. Now we are going to conquer it. That means, in simple words, we are going to solve them. Okay, now if you see here, 38 27, which one is smaller? 27 is smaller, right? So it should come before 38, right? So we have sorted them, we have switched their places. So 27 38, okay, and then we have joined them, right? Now we will see this 43 3, right? Which one is smaller? 3 is smaller than 43, right? So 3 should come first and 43 should come second, right? So we have switched their places and then we have joined the array. Okay, joined them in a subarray. Now same thing here, 9 82, 9 is smaller, so we are not going to switch their places, we are going to join them. Okay, and then 10 we'll take as it is. Now we have 1 2 3 4 4 sub arrays. Okay, now these two we have to solve. Okay, so 28 27 38, okay, and 3 and 4. So 3 is smaller than 27, right? So 3 should come before 27. Okay, so that is what we did here. And then 43 and 38 is bigger than 43, right? So it should come before 43, right? So we switch their places and then we join the array. Okay, so now we have 3 27 38 43. As you can see, it is slowly getting sorted, right? So same thing we are going to do here. 9 82 10, 10 is smaller than 82 but bigger than 9, so it should come in between. So this is how we switch their places and then we join the array. Now we have two arrays. This one is 3 27 38 43 and this one have 9 10 and 82. Okay, now we will check each element their position, and then according to their value we are going to switch their places, or we are going to arrange those elements in their respective places. Okay, so 3 and 9 is bigger than 3, so we'll place 9 next to 3. Okay, so this is what we have done. 27 10 is smaller than 27, so it should come before 27. So that is what we have done here. 10 27 we have switched to their places. Now 38 82, 38 is smaller than 82 and 43 is also smaller than 82. So we are not going to change anything, we are simply going to merge this one and then we are going to merge this one. So this is how we had this unsorted array and it got sorted, and we have joined all these smaller subarrays which we have sorted, which we have solved, or which we have conquered, and then we have returned the final solution. Okay, so these are the 4 steps. Okay, so now there is one more thing to consider. Let's say you are dividing an array into smaller parts, right? So let's say it is a smaller let's say it is a sorted array. Okay, so if you divide it from middle, then what will happen? The first half will be considered as the lower half, okay, and the second half will be considered as the upper half. Okay, so let's say you have this array 3 9 10 27, okay, and then 3 4 82. If you divide it from in between, so first subarray will contain 3 9 10 27. Okay, so this will be considered as the lower half. Okay, and then 38 43 82, it will be considered as the upper half. Okay, and why we consider, let's say you want to search a number, right? Let's say in this case you want to search another number. Let's say the number is 38. Okay, so you got a number 38. With normal searching, how you will do it, you will simply loop through the array and then you will find the number. If the number matches with the current index of the array, then you return it, otherwise you keep on looping, right? But here what you will do, you will first check if the you will pick a middle number. Okay, so let's say you have broken down it into two arrays, right? Then you will compare, like if the number 38 like the first half is like is within the range, like where that first the element which you are trying to search can exist. If the number is bigger than the first half, then you will be short like we are going to search this number into the second half. Okay, because 38, the last element which we have in the first half is 27, which is obviously smaller than the number which you are going to search, so we have to search it in the second half, right? So this way the time complexity like decreases drastically. Okay, so the time complexity comes somewhere around O of log n, we can say. Okay, so this is how basically the divide and conquer works. Okay, so that is why I'm not going to give any example in this video, because it is important to understand the concept first. Okay, yeah, so these are the 4 steps. Now let's see one example of what I just explained. Okay, that sorted array if you want to find a number. So let's say you have an array which contains some sorted number 1 2 1 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9 comma 10. Okay, so this is smaller array. So in this, let's say you want to find the number 7. Okay, so this is the number which you want to search. findNum equals to 7. Okay, so now with the help of divide and conquer, what you will do, you will simply break it down into 2 sub arrays, right? Now the first sub array will contain these numbers 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, because we are going to divide them from middle, right? So these are going to be the part of the first sub array. Okay, and now 6 7 8 9 10, these are going to be the part of the second sub array, right? So now you will compare if the last index of the first sub array is smaller than or greater than the number which you are trying to find. Okay, so if it is smaller than the number, then obviously you are not going to search anything in this array, right? You are going to search it in the second array, because you are sure like the number which you are trying to search is bigger than the first half. That is why we call it lower half. Okay, and then you simply search it in the second array. Now this one again you are going to divide. So let's say you have divided into how many elements we have. First 3 elements you pick in this one, and every time we divide by taking a middle point. Okay, and how we take a middle point, how we break down it into subarray, everything we are going to learn in the future lectures, where I'll start teaching you about the searching algorithms and sorting algorithms. Okay, so don't worry about that. In this video, just focus on understanding the concept. Okay, and test the process, right? So 9 and 10. Okay, so we will pick them here. I hope you guys can see the screen. Let me zoom it a little bit. Okay, now here you will search if the last element which is in the first half is greater than or smaller than the number which you're trying to search. So as you can see, it is obviously greater than the number which you are trying to search. Okay, so you are sure like we are not going to use this part. Okay, we are going to search the element within this particular array. Okay, and then you find the number and then you return it, right? How you will do this in the normal searching? So you will loop through the array. You will check if the first number is 7, no. Second number is 7, no. Third number is equals to 7, no. Fourth number is equals to 7, no. 5 is equals to 7, no. Okay, so this way you check basically every index and then you compare the values and then you find the number and then you return it. As you can see, it's very slow process, right? So for these 10 elements, it's totally fine. Okay, but in case if you have a large data set, if you have an array of let's say 1000 elements, then this simple looping is not gonna work, right? It's gonna take a lot of time, right? So that is why like this divide and conquer was introduced. So as you can see, like by searching with the help of divide and conquer, we have simply reduced the size of the array by almost half. Okay, and then again in the second half we have again divided it into we have reduced the size by half. Okay, and then here only within 3 elements we are going to search. Okay, so as you can see, within 2 steps it got so much faster. We can simply access the element within just 2 steps. Okay, and in this one it will take simply O of n log of time, right? Oh sorry, O of n time complexity, right? So yeah, this is how like divide and conquer works in the nutshell. Okay, if you want, I'll attach this particular what you say definition, or you can simply find it in internet, right? It's the most popular design like programming pattern, so you can find it, but still I'll attach it in the description in case you want to understand it. Okay, and then this resource, this what you can do, you can simply search it in the Wikipedia. Okay, so for this you simply need to search like what to say design, what I have searched, I think I forgot, like divide and conquer diagram. Okay, and then you will find any of these diagrams and you will simply understand it by seeing the diagram. Okay, so this thing I'll attach for sure. So this is it for this lecture. Now from the next lecture onwards we are going to look at the recursion. Okay, and this thing we are going to continue after recursion, or I'll try to like use it in the recursion as well, because with the recursion also we can use divide and conquer. It's literally used in almost everything. Okay, so we are going to practice this one a lot. That is why I'm not attaching any like question in this video. Okay, so yeah, this is it for this lecture guys. See you in the next one.